What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Many brothers have been sending me a lot of information about rapper Blueface. And you guys know I don't really like Blueface's music, but Blueface is hot. You know, he does this thing. He's very popular. And I do believe that the young brother is, trying to work and doing things in the industry. Now, he's come under a lot of criticism as of late because his sister and his mother were both recently jumped. And the sister, Kylie Miller, her boyfriend was knocked out, right? It seems that Blueface and a few of his homies beat the hell out of him. And, that guy was like laying down, knocked out unconsciously. And at the same time, Chrisean Rock, Blueface's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, got some sort of revenge on Blueface's mother and his sister. And according to the sister and the mom, that Blueface even punched on his sister and his mother. I won't play any recordings from that, but people are making their opinions on this sort of stuff. And how could you, let some girl beat up your mama? How could you let some girl beat up your sister? And allegedly, the mom and the sister beat up Chrisean Rock before, okay? And, Blueface is allowing Chrisean Rock to get some revenge. But I want to kind of talk about something that won't nobody talk about, which is, how was Blueface treated by his mother coming up? All right. And I'm not at any way, form, or shape condoning anything that he has done to his mom or sister. At the end of the day, it is still your mother. At the end of the day, it is still your sister. My mom has made some mistakes. I have a sister. She's made some mistakes. I could never in my whole entire life seeing me put my hands on my mother or on my sister. I'd rather leave them alone. But one of the things that we don't want to talk about with black men is that black men go through a lot of bullshit with their moms. And a lot of times, their sisters. And knowing black men like how I know them, okay? I know black men who have been treated like shit by their moms. And they love them just the same. I know I'm just going to get personal here. My own father and my grandmother, I loved her dearly. She's passed in the last 2 years. But my grandmother was a lot nicer, I believe, to me than my father. But my grandmother had favorites. And my aunt is my grandmother's favorite child. My father was like maybe the least. And it could have been he was the darkest kid. I'm not sure. But my grandmother spent the least amount of energy in his life, but he loved her so much. All he ever really wanted was his mother's love. And if you would say anything about her, he would attack you. I mean, he would slap the shit out you, like where you stood. That's just his mentality. He was an attack dog for his mother. And, my grandmother didn't show, according to him, as much interest. Now, with me knowing a lot of black men like that, it's hard for me to realize that, when you have a mom and you love her, no matter how much you care about her, that you would just let somebody jump your mom, or you would let somebody jump your sister. What it shows to me is that there's some shit in the game that they have done to this young man also over the years. I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but there's also been some mistreatment from her towards him. there is a reason why he feels the way that he does. Okay? You talking about he gonna evict them and all this kind of stuff. And see, a lot of times when we wonder why these black men have so much hatred for the black community, or where they may have hatred towards sisters. And let me just say this. Black women in the black community who don't know these young men, they don't deserve that. All right? Are there some young black men who are taking out some of their angers or their frustrations on some of these women because of how they grew up? Yeah, I believe that. Black women don't deserve it. One bit. Just like we as black men don't deserve, some black woman mad at us because of what her father did or what an ex-dude did. We don't deserve it either. However, it's not being pointed out as to why. And I know as much as black men love their mothers and want to take care of their moms, listen, that young man has been mistreated by his mama and his sister over the goddamn years. They have done stuff in which he feels like they don't deserve no fucking respect. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times in black America, some of these ladies grow up, do whatever they want to do in front of these dudes, and they kids lose respect for them. And so when the kids get a certain age and they ain't tired of taking that shit no more, then you look at them as the bad guy. But you're not looking at the fact that, he might have looked just like his daddy and you don't give a damn about him and he wasn't gonna never be nothing. See, a lot of times some of the hurtful things you hear coming up from a woman that can break your heart, it come from your mama. Now, I'm so glad I had a good mom, a decent mom in my life that loved me. But a lot of black men didn't. Their mamas might have loved them and just didn't know how to. And so for a lot of stuff that you dumb, you black, you look just like your daddy, you ain't gonna be shit. Yeah, some of that didn't come from the white man. Some of that came from our mamas. And a lot of black men are like elephants. We don't forget, So when it come time to, when you come in life and you kind of have a resentful spirit towards that person, yeah, it's the mother. And a lot of y'all don't want to talk about that, but so many young black men have gone through that. And then when they come out and they start, having a problem with women and they can't have good relationships with women and they're abusive verbally or physically, and it still doesn't make any, I'm not condoning any of this stuff, but we have to really understand that yes, it's not just black women being abused at home by their mothers or their fathers. See, we want to go ahead and look at it when it's the women being hurt, but when it's the men being hurt, we don't want to look at that. A lot of young black men have been terrorized by people in their family that are women. It could also be with their sisters. It could be with their aunts. It could be with their moms and grandmoms. And nobody showed these young boys no love. And so when they come out there and they get in the streets, or when they come out there and they hunt you, all of a sudden, women want to start playing victim. I didn't do nothing to him. I don't know why he's like that. No, there's a reason why he's like that. Just talk to him. And if you talk to Blueface and you probably hear some of the horrendous things his mama has said to him, it'll probably make you cry. And that's why I'm coming not to his defense for what he did, because it's wrong. You never put your hands on a woman, or never allow no other woman to put your hands on a woman, especially your mother. That's ridiculous. And it's ghetto shit. But I will say that a lot of these young black men have been through it and have been mentally defeated by the women that were supposed to protect them, who are their mothers. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of the Celebrity Junk Garbage. For all that you do, subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.